is Moko here, and I am here with a much requested celebrity reading. But before I start, I'm gonna get the advertisement out of the way. If you would like a personal reading, please go to my website at www.tarotbymoko.com. There you'll find all kinds of readings for your love life, your career, relocation, all this stuff, blah 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 blah. Okay, now I am going to be doing an updated reading on Gisele and Tom Brady. And I actually did a very quick reading on them sometime in the spring earlier this year. I'll put a card up here so that you can easily click on it and watch the video. It was a Gisele and Leo video, and I added Tom at the end, and I said something like Tom does not like being home. He prefers to work. Seems like he doesn't really care about Gisele anymore, and he's going to go back to work. And I didn't think that the relationship would last. And lo and behold, as of October or September, she's been talking to the press about wanting a divorce. So here we are. So this reading, I'm going to do a more in-depth look at their relationship, as well as a potential divorce. And then I'll ask a very quick question about Leo. Okay, so let's get started. So first, in these readings, I usually start with the woman, but here I'm gonna start with Tom. And I honestly, guys, I don't know that much about him. I don't really watch football. The last time I watched a football game was when the Steelers won in 2005, and what happened with Ben Roethlisberger. So I don't keep up with football. Don't keep up with athletes. But let's see what's going on with Tom, because he's looking rough. First, I just want to ask his overall energy, like what's going on with him, before I get into the personality stuff. So, Jesus. Jeez. How many children do they have? I wonder how many children do they have? I haven't been keeping up with all the PR stuff that's happening with this breakdown of their marriage, but it feels like he's a Leo. So technically this is him. He's a Leo. He wants to say something. He for sure wants to say something, but I think he's holding back. Either he's making sure that he holds back, or someone is telling him to just keep quiet. He desperately wants to say something. And these three cards here, this is an ending, a very painful ending, betrayals. This is being stuck. People see it as breaking free. I mean, you can, but I typically see this as being stuck. And this is of someone who's trying to get away with things, or someone who's lying about something, or something's happening. I'm going to ask if someone cheated, but something's happening. And their children factor into all this, so it's possible that he could be worrying about what's going to happen with the kids. I wonder if he has an unofficial kid on the way. Maybe. Maybe he could. Okay, so all right, so we have that preview. So let's go to the traditional way that I do readings on these people. All right, so first I'm going to try to read on his private persona, like what he's like in real life, as well as his shadow side. But I get the feeling that this divorce is so big for him that the negative energies from that may take over. But I'll try anyway. So, okay, Tom, tell me about your private persona. How do you like it, private, Tom? And let's get some shadow cards here. I want to go through this really quickly because separately, he's not interesting to me. I see. I see. Tom. Is his real name Thomas? Thomas. I don't know, buddy. His private persona. I feel like this divorce, this breakup is overtaking it because I don't know, his private persona he's not that interesting, guys. I'm sorry, he's really not that interesting. But what is interesting to me here is that let me ask another question. He has PTSD. He's no, he's oh no. He's been damaged by his football career. What is that called? CTE, whatever that brain damage is called. He's actually suffering from that. He's suffering from that, and I feel like he may take a hit coming soon. I don't know how long football season lasts, so like maybe by the end of the year or like within 3 months there's going to be some sort of injury that it's going to be make or break for him in terms of his long-term health. But he's not some shirking violet. So I see a lot of people say that Gisele, she's too, I don't know, she's very headstrong and they call her mannish or whatever. He's not some shirking violet. He stands up for himself. Like sometimes he holds what he wants to say back for a long time, but then it comes out. But he sticks up for himself. But I think, like, I don't know, there's something going on with his mood fluctuation. This doesn't look like a mental disorder to me. This looks more like damage that has been done as a quarterback. That's what this looks like. And it feels like he also has PTSD or something like that. Like he's very he's hyper vigilant. I feel like here he is. He's a Leo. Oh no, he's already suffering from brain damage, guys. He's already suffering from brain damage, and it's like it could get worse. This is sad. He still has to decide over whether or not he wants to keep whatever of his mind he has left right now, or to keep pushing forward for more awards and eventually face death. I actually feel like this is literal death for him. Oh my goodness. And I asked if he's suffering from brain damage now, and they're like, yeah, he is, but it's like does he know this? He knows what's in his future, but he just, oh my gosh, he just he knows that this is in his future, but he loves the game so much. He loves the game so much, and I said in the initial reading that he just wants to be free. He just wants to be, to be able to go wherever he wants and to enjoy his sport, because football is his first, probably his only love. That's what he wants to enjoy. And I get the feeling that he would be happy if he died on the field. So he's definitely damaged, brain damaged. He's definitely suffering from that. His cognition is suffering from it. And I feel like he may have like either memory loss or there's something with his short-term memory. He can still survive as he is now, but there's a choice before him. So I feel like he may be injured coming up soon, and they may tell him to sit it out. So he can choose to just stop where he is now and enjoy the rest of his life, or keep going for more awards, like more rings, more Super Bowl rings. But if he decides to go forward, this is like an early death coming for him. My goodness. My goodness. And then this came out. This is of a woman. I wouldn't be surprised if he was cheating, but there's a woman here. But the most important thing that they're telling me, so they're not even really telling me about his personality. They're just saying that he's playing a dangerous game with his health. Okay, so let me take out these shadow cards here. And again, this keeps coming up. This is the same card. This Daughter of Swords, Page of Swords. His mind keeps coming up, and this is like loss. Like he actually is losing it. Maybe that's why he wants to try again, because he knows what's in front of him. And here, this is him being. I feel like he's gonna fight to the very end. This is him being stubborn, and these are the lights of fame here. And this is a victory. He wants to win. Like I feel like he's going to choose to keep, at this rate. I feel like he's going to choose to keep going. You know what? This is probably. I'll get more into this, but this is probably the reason why Gisele wants to divorce, because she does her little magic whatever, and she goes to her psychics and stuff. They probably told her this, that he may choose death, and she just doesn't want to be part of it. And she's trying to like provoke him into like taking it seriously, but it kind of looks like he's not. No, this looks like he wants to go for the win. And honestly, the six of wands, it's a nice card. It talks about victory, it talks about applause, but he wants to be congratulated. He wants people to love him. He wants to be in the limelight. Like it's literally here. He wants to be in the limelight. He wants the awards, the rings. He just wants to collect it, but like just going for that. He's going to die early. My goodness. But I feel like this is telling me that he's losing it. Mentally, he's losing it. And I also feel like this is like severe depression. He's running away from something. Okay. What is this about? The choices to move on. Yeah, and I asked about his physical appearance as well. I already mentioned that his mind is suffering, and it's showing me here again that this is his mind is just going back and forth and all this stuff. And I think right now the divorce is mostly occupying the most space right now for him, and it looks like he's leaning on the side of just walking away from the marriage, honestly. Like this is him juggling the choice, and this is the future, and then this is being set free. So I really do feel like this dumbass, that's what I'm going to call him, he's going to choose football, not just over his marriage, but football over his life, because for him football is his life. My God. Okay, now I want to ask Gisele, how is she doing? I already asked about her personality and whatnot in the original reading from March or April, whenever it was. So I'm just going to ask her, how is she doing? What's going on, Gisele? I can feel her very strongly. The funny thing with Tom is I was getting information from him, but his energy was very low. I can feel her strongly. Him, not so much. Damn. So yes, up here she is. I'm pretty sure she's a Cancer, but this is the card of the nurturing mother. So this is how she wants to appear in this reading today. And here are her children. She's mostly concerned about the home and her children, and that's it. I saw the children where he was in his initial draw, but it looks like she's just like, look, I care about the house and the kids, and that's it. And here's the conflict. Here's the external and internal conflict, because it looks like other people are telling her, no, stick around, stay with him, and she wants to as well, but it's like she feels like this may be the only way she could put her foot down. or her feet down. And this is her like bossing up and probably moving on. And I asked her how does she feel about Tom, and it's like, I don't know. She feels like he's childish, and she's telling me that she's offering him solutions, but it's like he's not really listening. And she also feels like he doesn't spend enough time with them. He's in his ego, but I also feel like this devil and Wheel of Fortune, this has spiritual significance. So, you know, I said before that she does practice magic, and if, you know, and some people have sent me articles where Tom has talked about her altars and her stones and whatever, and I feel like some of this is kind of like the price that they both have to pay for making him be more successful than he already was before he met her. And this here is literally like, you can see this literally as paying the devil back. Not to say that, you know, she's working with demons or whatever. I mean, even if she is, whatever. Not to say that that's exactly what's going on, but it's almost like, even if that's not exactly what's happening here, symbolically it's saying like it's time to pay your dues for all the success that you've gained while doing certain things, you know. But she's not happy with him. She's not happy with him. Oh man, this is sad. Okay, so let's go back in time. Interesting. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Two women here. What's her name? Bridget Moynihan. I do not know the exact story between Bridget Gisele and Tom. But here's Tom here, Mr. Leo. Here are the two ladies here. Giselle's a Cancer. I'm guessing Bridget may be an air sign. I don't know, but even if she's not an air sign, this is usually like someone who's breaking up or an ex or something like that. And here's freaking Tom again. So this is him. This is him. And here this is. So it looks like on one hand, I can, oh, actually, no, let me move this here so that you can see it. So he was seeing the both of them at the same time. So I don't know the exact story, but I see what his fans are saying, that, oh, you know, they were already broken up. No, they were not broken up. If they were, the Seven of Swords would not have been here if they were broken up. This looks like it's like a gray area where like he was still, like they could have been on the outs, but it wasn't broken up officially. He was still having sex with both of them. I actually feel like he was having sex with multiple women, because he was enjoying himself as if he was single. So he was definitely dating the both of them at the same time. But he was also like just having like little booty calls or whatever with other women on the side. And look here, here's this magician, and here's this emperor here. And then here's this future. I feel like this doesn't necessarily have to mean magic, that and this is all on Giselle's side. It doesn't necessarily mean that she used magic to get him, but I would not be surprised if she used the power of manifestation to get him. Let me double check. And for sure, there is a man who hooked them up. There is a like a big shot guy who hooked the both of them up. and he says something like, oh, oh, Gisele, he'd be really good for you. Tom, she'd be really good for you. Something like that. So there was a man. It wasn't a woman, but there was a man who said you two would be a really good match. But on Gisele's side, it looks like either manifestation or she for sure used magic to bring him to her. Tom was attracted to her money. he was attracted to her wealth and her fame. He was. She used manifestation on him. That's what she did. She used manifestation on him. And no, there for sure is a man. He could be like a team owner or some sort of executive in football. Not the modeling or beauty world, but in football. It's somebody like that who said you guys would be a good match, but she for sure used manifestation. I don't see that she like tried to steal him from Bridget with magic, but he was already interested in her because she was super famous and she had money. That's what he was looking at. And she was like, okay, well, let's use manifestation because he was with Bridget. It was a very weird time where he was with Bridget and her and other women, but Bridget was still around, and she wasn't that happy about it. But no, look at Tom's motivation. He was interested in her fame and he was interested in her money. It was not necessarily love on his side. So let's see. The photo I'm looking at is they're at a red carpet. She's wearing this very pretty red dress and he has kind of long hair. So I'm going to ask, how did they feel about each other at that time? This looks like, I don't know, like could be like 2007 or something like that. Very cute. They're both very they are both very concerned about the children. This is a common theme between them. So on his end, for him, so he has nine of cups, like consistently. On his end, it's almost like, so it's not necessarily love. It's almost like he got his wish. Like he got like the model, he got the Gisele. But and then you have Six of Cups, which is the card of like puppy love, of affection, of things like that. But around it you have the moon. So I feel like I'm gonna source the time period of this image, but I think that she was doing some magic tricks on him at this time. And here on her side, so she was actually mostly concerned about work. And this is the same energy that I received for Will and Kate, this daughter of Pentacles, where it's like they had a lot of fun together. They shared a lot of laughs together. And she was automatically wanting to build a home with him. But like a home more like a dynasty of having children. She felt that early on. She has this more grounded, not necessarily head over heels type of love, but more like this is something that I could be comfortable with. But there, for sure, on his side, there's this moon here where something just wasn't necessarily right with the way that he felt about her. But they're like between the both of them. So it's not just him, but between the both of them, they were both thinking, the money's right, the level of fame is right, this could work, da da da. That's how they were mostly thinking. It wasn't like head over heels, the biggest love story ever. It wasn't anything like that. It was like, we like each other, this makes sense, we could build a dynasty together, we could have kids. That's what it seems like to me. So, they ended up where they ended up. And actually, really quickly, I want to ask, how does Bridget Moynihan feel about all this happening? Because I do believe they share a child together, she and Tom Brady. And some people assume that she would be laughing, but maybe not. So let's see. What does Bridget Moynihan think of all this happening since she came up in the spread? What does Bridget think of this? Oh no, she's happy about this shit. She's actually happy about this shit. She's just like, I mean, on one hand, there is a bit of stress, and I feel like these are reporters that are asking her. They're surrounding her, trying to get what she thinks of it. So that's causing her stress. But deep down inside, ha 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 ha. Look at her there. Ha 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 ha. Very happy. All right, so let's talk about the divorce. Okay, so this question has already been answered, but people want to make sure to ask, are they divorcing? Are they really divorcing? Are these two? Interesting. These are very interesting cards. No, I'm pretty sure he. Well, actually, let me ask this other question. Yeah. Okay. So this makes sense. So I mean, Giselle's like she. Oh gosh. Okay. So, okay. So first I asked like, are they really getting a divorce? And Gisele, like, she's not playing with me. She's like, I'm working on it. She's working on it. So I'm not sure if it's been officially announced. I think I saw something like, oh, they're no longer living in the same compound or something. But I asked, are they getting divorced? Gisele said, I'm working on it. This is literally Gisele, Cancer, Queen of Cups, work. She's like, I'm working on it. And I asked them separately, how do they feel about each other? And here, Tom actually, he feels blindsided by this. I don't think he really expected. He didn't expect it. And I keep getting this here from him. Like I think he's a serial cheater. I mean, it's possible that they could have had an understanding based on how they met, but like maybe just the amount of women just disgusted her. But he feels blindsided about it. He's disappointed. He feels hurt. Like this is all he can focus on, really. I'm actually shocked that Spirit even gave me information about football and what he may choose, but he's very hurt by it, and I don't think he actually saw this coming. And I asked Gisele, how does she feel about Tom? And she's like, he's not a father. He's not a father. Damn, that's sad. This is lack of time spent. This is the card of fatherhood. This is the stress here. She's just like, he's not a father. And this is also a husband card. So she's like, he's not a father. He's not a husband. He doesn't spend time with us. And I asked, what do they think of the divorce itself? And like, it's almost like she's giving me the impression that he got someone pregnant. Did he get someone pregnant? I got a yes for it with the sun card. But like this is definitely like sex. This is all this stuff, but I don't know. In a spiritual sense, this could also be like a sacrifice, because I don't know exactly how to read that, if I should read it all ways, but I think he got someone else pregnant. I think that's what I think that could be what it is. I think it is. Like there's a child here, or maybe he had a secret child and she found out about it. Um well, okay, so if this is true, I'm like, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Like, I read cards, I'm very good at reading cards, but I could also be misinterpreting things. So let me just ask, if that's true that he did father a child outside of her and Bridget, will it become public? It could. It could. That's crazy. Listen, if that happens, you heard it here first. TerrorbyMoko.com. But this kind of looks like an illegitimate child, a child that was conceived through an affair. That's kind of what it looks like. And I asked him, like, how does he feel about the divorce? And on one hand, he wants to keep his marriage, but on the other hand, he kind of wants a relationship with someone else. So he's definitely hurt. He feels like he's been blindsided. There's like betrayal in there. I feel like he's more hurt that she made it public during the time that she did. So he fluctuates a lot. Like, I saw when I was reading on him that there's a choice he's going to make between keeping his relationship or moving on, and I feel like he's leaning more towards moving on. So like, I don't know, he's fucking obsessed with football. Shit. So I said, did one of them cheat? I got the tower. Like, I feel like this was the final straw. And this is strength. This is Leo. This is him again. And this is hermit. This is being lonely, but this is also being a single person. So he was acting like he was single, and it just caught up with him. It caught up with him. So I guess, I mean, a secret child is a big reason to divorce. So are there any other reasons for why she wants to divorce? Other reasons for why Gisele wants to divorce? She wants to get out of this marriage. It felt like a prison for her. And I think she just wants to go back to work. She wants to go back to work. She wants to be on her own. She wants to be free. Just like him, she wants to be free. It's almost like this marriage was like bondage. And you know what? I mean, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with wanting to join houses to give your children a better life. But there also has to be respect there. And it seems like there wasn't that much respect between the both of them based on how they got together. And that they were mostly looking at it from a fame and a money and a this makes sense standpoint versus what feels right for them. That's what happens when you're not authentic to yourself. You don't know exactly what's important to you, so you make decisions on what the world says should be important. And for her, just like him, he's cheating. For her, she felt like this marriage was kind of like a prison. Like, the children always pop up. I mean, this could be the illegitimate child, but like, I think she's happy with the children. She's happy with the family, but she's like, he's not a husband. He's not a father. Why am I here? Why am I here? Now, I see this as a break free moment because it's followed by the chariot, which is somebody who just does whatever they want. She wants to get out of this. She's just like, I'm done. I'm done. Tom, what do you think of her saying that you're not a good dad or husband? Yeah, he kind of agrees, because this is her being on her own. But I also feel like there's another woman here, and it seems like he's kind of in love with her. There's another woman here. Like, he kind of agrees, but I think he also wants to defend himself. He gets this a lot, Seven of Wands. He wants to defend himself, but he's like, no, I think she's right. She's right. Let me ask him. I don't think he wants to answer this question. Interesting. There is somebody else, but I feel like this could have been someone. I don't know if this is Bridget, But I feel like this could have been someone that he's been with in the past. Like this is someone that he used to date in the past that he's kind of talking to now, and that's partially what they fought about. But if there really is an illegitimate child, I don't think that this child is like new. I think this could have been a secret child he had a while ago, and she just found Gisele just found out about it. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. Yeah, it's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. Okay. Okay. Well, oh, and someone else wanted to know if they will get back together. Like, will the divorce be called off, and or will they get back together? No, this looks like. I think so. I feel like it's complicated. She wants to wake him up. She's like, you're not around. You're not a good dad. You're not a good husband. You barely give us any time. And when you're here, you cause so much stress. There's this potential other child out there that I just found about. You're probably talking to your exes. You're probably having little affairs with random thoughts whenever you're on the road. And you're also going to fuck yourself up by going back to football. I've been trying to tell you to shape up, to do the right thing, and this divorce is like the Hail Mary, and if he doesn't get it now, she's just going to be like, okay, that's it. And I feel like eventually he's going to choose to walk away. He's not going to choose to stay. At this point, the mindset that he has now, he's going to choose football. He's going to choose the single life. That's what it seems like to me. So this is like a bluff, but it's not a bluff. It's like it's a bluff for a final chance. And if he doesn't take it, then she's just like, okay, well, that's it. So it doesn't look like the divorce will be called off. But it does look like he may want to get back together after a divorce. All right, so let's ask some other questions. Okay, so you guys want to ask some spiritual questions about her magic. First, so I saw that when they were getting together, she used the power of manifestation to bring him to her, because, again, he was still with Bridget Moynihan, but he was also seeing other people. He was cheating on Bridget. No matter how they try to reframe the story, that's what it looks like to me when I looked at it. So I felt like she did use the power of manifestation to get him. But by the time they were like a couple, it seemed like she was putting some magic on him. And I saw something like that in the initial reading I did, that she tried to put magic on Leo as well. And he was like, no. So let's see. Let's ask. Okay, so yes, she was using magic on him and for him. And it looks like, yes, she's still going to use magic to keep him bound to her. Well, but here's the thing. So when you bound somebody, especially if you use like blood or some sort of, well, especially if you use blood, but even if you use like hair or semen or whatever, that person, you guys are bound to each other for like life, I guess, but sometimes like the soul as well, if you believe in souls. So it's not like she'll be able to break it. Not really. They'll have to die. But yes, so it said she was using magic on him. Yes, definitely. But it was helpful magic. It was beautiful magic. It was mostly protective. That's what it was. And he's going to continue to be bound. One, because that's the nature of the spell work, but two, because that's the father of her kids. And I asked her if she's going to take him off the altar. No, she's not. She's not going to take him off. She's not going to take him off. Because again, that's the father of her children. I know that when bad things happen between in relationship, it's tempting to try to curse the person. But like some people, you guys really have to be careful about cursing the other parent of your child, because you're kind of bringing that negativity onto your children. So I didn't think she would. And I'm glad that the cards are saying no, she won't do that. But let's see, will this divorce, but sometimes when someone is doing us wrong, our spirit team, ancestors, and whatever entities we're working with, they will fuck somebody up for us on our behalf. So will this separation negatively affect Tom magically? Oh, those fell out. Interesting. My goodness. She doesn't want it to happen. She's very hurt as well. They're both hurt. Honestly, they both are. So yeah, it will show up. It will negatively affect Tom, but it's more like his decisions on the field won't make sense. His decisions in life won't really make any sense. But this could also be the brain injury that's getting worse, but that's how it's going to negatively affect him. But I feel like it's also going to negatively affect her, because again, she's bound to him. That's probably why page 6 saw her with her magic practitioner, whoever that lady is, using Palo Santo in her car, because Gisele can probably feel the change in energy. Okay. So I'm just reconfirming she definitely is a witch, but her gift is manifestation, especially money. And I do think that, so I don't know all these names. I'm not initiated. But I do think that she's working with an entity, but this is like a fatherly entity, an old one that is really great for money and business. So money is her thing. It's not necessarily, well, fame, yeah, that comes with it, but money is her thing, having a wealthy home and passing down generational wealth. So whoever it is, whatever it is that she's working with, it's like maybe like the head of a pantheon. It's an elderly masculine figure. And this entity has to deal with money, generating wealth. That's what she's dealing with. I don't really see any demon. Well, I mean, maybe some Christians or Muslims or whatever would think that anything that's not part of their religion is demonic, but it's not like some demon thing or whatever. I don't think she's working with jinn or anything like that, but it's whatever system she's part of, it's the head of the system that she's working with that's mostly dealing with money. But she's feeling the negative effects of this as well. She's bound to him and he's bound to her. So that's what it is. All right, so let's ask a couple of fun questions after this. So a long time viewer has asked, what does Leo think? Because Leo broke up with Camilla, like I said he would. It seemed like they weren't together for some months before the announcement was made. And this person wants to know, what does Leo think about the breakup between Tom Brady and Gisele, and will those two reconnect? So first let me ask, how is Mr. Lemonhead, how is he doing right now? I think he's a little bit unhappy, Leo. Yeah, I think he's a bit unhappy. Oops. Okay, so this is Leo. So he always gets King of Wands when I do readings on him. And then this is Death, Scorpio. So this is like, okay, this is Leo here. And I asked him, how does he feel about Gisele? He's like, you know, neither here nor there. So let's see. I think at one point he did imagine what a family would be like living with her, like actually living together long term. He did imagine that, but no, he's not interested. He's not interested. If anything, like maybe a hookup, but I don't think he's interested at all in being in like a relationship with her. No, I don't think no, not at all. Nope. And he doesn't necessarily have that high of an opinion with her. Cuz it, like in his mind, she was in his mind, to him, he felt that by the end she was quite egotistical and they were just fighting all the time. It's like they weren't really on the same wavelength. Yeah, she wasn't the way she is with Tom, being like very soft, a homebody, things like that. She wasn't like that when she was with Leo. She was more combative. More combative and pretty sharp with her tongue. And unfortunately, he's calling her a bit masculine with these cards. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, that's what he's saying. So like I think like he imagined what home life would have been like with her, but like towards the end of the relationship, he was just like, nah, buddy. He's open to speaking with her. So if she, and I think he's also open to like having a quick visit, just to say like, you know, everything's going to be okay, something like that. But like it would be very quick, and then he would move on very quickly. So I don't think he's open to any reconnection. His feelings for her are like whatever, you know. But no, she's not the one who got away. But he did imagine what it would have been like had they had a family together. He did. But that just, you know, it just fizzled out. Okay, that is it. I feel bad for everybody involved. I hope they fix this shit because it looks like a mess. And I don't know if there is a secret child. Hopefully it comes out so that I could get my accolades. All right, you guys know the drill. If you would like a reading, go to my website, www.tarotbymocha.com. Yada, yada, yada. I will see you guys next week. If you would like a personal reading from me, then please go to my website at www.tarotbymocha.com and click on the Book a Reading button from the homepage. From there, you will be redirected to my shop, which includes categories for career, future forecasts, general inquiries, love and relationships, personal growth, as well as options for expedited delivery. I have a spread for almost every occasion, but of course, love and relationships is the most popular, with readings for your future partner, no contact, will you ever find love, how does your crush feel, as well as sugar daddies. And if you do not feel comfortable purchasing from my website, then you can find me on Etsy under the same name, Tarot by Mocha, where I have the same exact readings that I have on my website. And for those of you who would like to learn how to read the tarot, then just visit my blog, and there you will find a series called Learn Tarot with Me. There, I will provide definitions for the cards, as well as tips and tricks to help you become more intuitive with your tarot reading. All right, thank you guys so much for checking out my YouTube channel. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.